So this is my review of that '90s show, season one on Netflix. I think it was a little bit lackluster. There was some stuff that I felt was. I don't really felt like this was sort of parodying the '90s. I don't know, but maybe people had some same criticism of that '70s show. I don't know, but I don't think feminism was as popular in the '90s. Like, I mean, they're sure there. I did like watch that band called uh, which has a little bit of a definitely not a PC name, but it's called Anal Cunt. Um, I think it was like one stage they had, like I think it was in 1990s or something, but yeah, it was sort of like a anti-hitting woman thing. And I know that is from the 1970s, but I don't think feminist was that popular. I mean, even in Simpsons with Lisa Simpson, there was she was more like the intellectual person who kind of Uh, I mean, I think they made her unlikable on purpose to make her more appealing to intellectuals or something, but that's her shtick, basically. Lisa Simpson. And then have more the dumbasses who are more likable, but they are dumbasses. Bart and Homer and such. I mean, Bart isn't totally stupid, at least in the beginning, but he's more the cool, rebellious kid. But yeah, but that's about it. Yeah, I just didn't feel this felt more like people who lived from the 2010 era and kind of like tried to mesmerize what the night was about. And even then, I don't think playing video games you weren't seen as the cool kid. You were seen more as a loser, actually, like a virgin or something. I definitely don't think playing video games was seen as cool. I mean, it wasn't totally seen as stupid or something. But if you had, I don't. Let's just say this. When I talk about video games back then, nobody was like, "Oh yeah, I definitely want to talk about that stuff." Like, nobody talked talked about that as normal conversation. I think actually video games were seen as antisocial behavior back then. But I'm gonna search up here. That's Nighty Show because I want to see who directed it. Just a second. Bonnie Turner. I'm gonna say that's 70 Show just to see her. Let's see. No, it's actually the same people, actually. But the director, though, let's just see here. It doesn't say who the director is. I don't know. Okay, so I mean, it looks like it kind of has the same people. So at least it doesn't look like it's the same people. But I don't know who the director is of that. But the main kind of thing they brought back to was, obviously the old cast, which is cool. But I do feel they kind of throw them in just to see if they can sell the show, because they are originally the best part of that '70s show because they're cool and they're like parents and such. So it's kind of the new kids to take over. I guess I felt a little chemistry with, like, I don't know, with I don't know, the fat kid and the main character. I don't know. So maybe this show need to go on a little bit longer before it gets good. Maybe this is like an early start, but it's kind of hard to like this character. I don't think they're not very likable to me. Like, I guess I only like those two characters, like the main character and the fat kid. I don't remember his name, but I thought those like had some kind of character development, and I don't know. I kind of thought that it was a bit interesting at the end, at least, but that's the thing about TV series is maybe it has a slow start, but yeah, the whole '90s reference I'm not buying at all. Like, for example, take for example in that '70s show, like the reason why Midge, the character was also this kind of feminist character. Like the reason why that was funny is because that's kind of relevant to 1970s Women's Liberation Front, I think it's called. And that was actually like a legit popular movement in the 1970s. So I mean, it was kind of the butt of the joke, but Bob was also the butt of the joke, so it was kind of a fair treatment of the jokes, making fun of it in both ways in a sense. But the thing is, it was more relevant to the time. I don't think anybody gave a shit about politics in the '90s. Like, I think it was I mean, there was some people, like for example, Nirvana had Kurt Cobain, so it wasn't totally dead, but I think mostly nobody cared. Like it was just a chill era, So yeah, grunge music, and in the mid 90s to early 2000s, there was like this a very aggressive rock which I was into. Yeah, so I'm not kind of feeling this whole '90s stuff. I think this is like uh, this feels more like people that are trying to imagine what '90s was about without actually living it. I mean, I was a kid back then, so maybe I have a better memory of the early 2000s and '90s, but I did live it, so but yeah, I'm just not buying it. Um, yeah, and also, like if you look at a '90s movie like American Pie, what were the '90s about? It was about chicks, basically. So, but I guess they didn't want to dwell on that. I mean, they are teenagers, and I'm not sure how old they're supposed to be, whether in high school or college, but. Yeah, I guess I'm just not buying it because I mean, okay, look, I mean, I can get that people talking about cartoons and movies, that could be a thing. Like I'm kind of buying that at least, or music. Like I mean, I've not heard yet any reference to Spice Girls. Like that was a big thing back then, you know. So yeah, I bet they're gonna do that sometimes though. But yeah, but yeah, right, so far if I were to give a rating. Oh, sorry, one. I'm just gonna say 5 out of 10. I just don't feel it's as strong as that 70 show, but they could be better. But that's just my current rating. 5 out of 10. I just didn't care so much about the characters so much as two outside two main characters, like the fat one and the main character of the show. The father of Donna, and yeah. So yeah, that's all. I mean, mother of Donna. I'm, daughter of Donna is what I mean here. Uh, so yeah, so yeah, that's just my rating 5 out of 10. So yeah, thank you for listening and bye.